Hi, I'm Tati, and this is Six of Crows chapter by chapter. So, today we are on to part 2 of Six of Crows. If you missed out on part 1, I will leave it linked somewhere around here, probably in the description, also in the cards. But basically, I'm reading Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, and after each chapter, I'm sharing my thoughts. Today we're going to read part 2, which is this big. So far, I am finally sucked into the story. Like, at the last couple chapters of part 1 got me into the story, and I'm really interested in our characters, mainly. But I do love the idea of the heist group being like a rescue mission group, sort of. So they're basically heisting a person instead of stuff. I like that idea very much, that concept. So I'm excited to keep reading, so let's do it. Part 2 is called The Servant and Lever. I forgot. That's greed for Kaz, right? I think it's greed. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to stop between chapters in this book because you just want to keep reading. So we just had a Matthias chapter, and I really want to know more of the backstory between Nina and Matthias, but I don't know if I need to. I have a lot of pieces and I can kind of figure out what happened, but there's still some missing, and I would like to know what's going on there. There seems to be a lot of angst there. And also we have our team of 6 people now, I think. Waylon, Jesper, Inej, Nina, Kaz, and Matthias, I think, is our team. And I was definitely wrong about only having 2 POVs, because we just had a Matthias chapter. We've had Nina, we've had Kaz, we've had Inej, and now we're going to have Jesper in the next chapter. And I just want to keep reading it. So that's what I'm going to do. So, chapter 8. Basically, we have a plan and a very amusing conversation. I love all the characters together. But the thing is, they're telling... Okay, so we have like a rough detail of the plan, I guess, at this point. The rule in stories is if they tell you exactly how the plan's going to go, it's not going to go the way they tell you it's going to go. I don't know if this applies to this. I like the plan they have. I don't know if something's going to go wrong because we know the plan they have. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to wait and see. We're going back to a Kaz chapter. I don't know if Waylon is going to have chapters, or Waylon. I'm going to call him Waylon. And if he doesn't, I'm afraid he is going to be killed. If anyone of the team seems like the one that's going to die, it's him. And especially if he doesn't get any point of view chapters, I worry for him. And now, chapter 9, we're going back to Kaz. So that was a short one. It's basically pairing up Jesper and Waylon, and Matthias and Kaz getting off to a very rocky start. Chapter 10 is Inej. Explosion. Literally. Okay, so chapter 10 was good. A little bit more about Inej and her past and what she's running away from, but also lots of like great description. The description in this book is like beautiful of everything, but also explosion. So now I have to read the next chapter right now. And chapter 11 is Jesper, and then I have a feeling things are going to be intense. So maybe some short chapters coming up. so much action in chapter 11. So Kaz likes to play around with information, which is just annoying, but also probably smart. But I would be very annoyed if I was part of that team. Also, Wayland is useful. I knew he would be. He's like the underdog character for me right now. And I really hope he doesn't die, but I think he might. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. On to chapter 12, which is Inej again. So we've been switching. Well, the last one was Jasper. I don't know. There's like no rhyme or reason to when the perspectives change. It's just whichever perspective it is, and I don't mind that. So next chapter. That might be my favorite chapter so far. So I think chapter 12 is my favorite chapter so far because Kaz came to save Inej. It's so good. I'm going to chapter 13 because I need to know what happens next. I don't think she's gonna die, but she might die. But I don't think she's going to, but let's find out. There's too much still backstory to get to. Alrighty, so chapter 13 is a little bit gruesome. A little bit too gruesome for my taste. I hope it doesn't get much worse than that. Also, why is everything coming back? Well, I know why, because it's like a big thing, but everything's coming back to Pekka Rollins. Pekka? Rollins. And so we're definitely going to get more information about that as we go, I think. Chapter 14 is Nina. Okay, so lots of Matthias and Nina backstory in chapter 14, which I am a fan of, but we don't have everything yet. Well, we kind of do, but I would like to see it in like a flashback maybe, but we'll see. And chapter 15, our last chapter for part 2. Let's see what happens. It's like 3 pages long. I don't know what's gonna happen in such a short amount of time. And the last sentence of chapter 15. Was it chapter 15? Yes. Well, not the last sentence. The last line of dialogue is "My ghost won't associate with your ghost." And I feel like I've seen that on the internet so many times and never knew it was from this book. The dialogue in this is so witty and quick and entertaining. But that last chapter, it seems like they're changing up the plan a little bit. I don't know if they actually are going to. I don't think so. I think we're just getting more pieces of the original plan. We'll see what happens. But yes, that is the end of part 2. I'm still really enjoying the story, and I will be continuing it very soon. Part 3 is called Heartsick. Inej is still not better, and so we will hopefully be seeing her back in action in part 3. I don't know. I don't like waiting to see what's gonna happen. Also, if there have been any references like specifically to the original trilogy, I have missed them because I don't remember most of that trilogy and I didn't catch on to anything so far. So let me know in the comments if you've read this, if in part 1 or part 2 there are any like specific references to the original trilogy. If you liked this video, please give it a like. I will be having the next episode in this series of me reading Six of Crows, part 3, coming out hopefully next week. So subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye. And then we have to do a thumbnail. Alright, let's test for sound. And I'm probably going to change the focus because that the weird little square distracts me so much. Also, my hair is being really fluffy today. I don't have another word for it, so I tried to pin some of it back. We'll see how long that lasts because